Football 101 with Coach Bret Bielema. Brought to you by Carl, the official health provider of Fighting Illini Athletics.
Welcome to Football 101 with Coach Bret Bielema. I'm Martin O'Donnell. We're coming to you here live from the Colonnades inside Memorial Stadium. And Coach, it's game week.
It is, Martin. It's finally here. Very excited to get into it. I think the big thing is, since I came here in December, you knew this week was coming, but to be here in the moment with these group of players, with a big group of seniors, and then, just because of everything that college football went through a year ago to open up here in Champaign-Urbana and Memorial Stadium is awesome.
Well, it's kind of unique. I mean, the last year plus has been unique for a variety of reasons, right? But walking into the Illinois program, 22 super seniors, what does that afford you in your first year here at Illinois?
Well, as you know, in this conference, anytime you can have a veteran-type team, it's a benefit. Even though it's new coaching staff and the transition, I think there's a lot of commonality amongst the players and then a retention of some of the staff. It's been really, truly a pretty easy blend. Obviously, we'll know a lot more after the first quarter against Nebraska, but to this point, I'm excited where they're at.
Well, and how helpful is it to have a lot of that experience returning along the offensive line and the defensive front?
I've always said, right, big people talk, people listen. And the part that's been fun for me is to have, in the offensive line, Palsho, Kramer, and V to kind of have that group. And on the defense side of the ball, again, a lot of really familiar faces, older faces on the edges with Owen Carney, Isaiah Gay, Jake Hansen in the middle, even though he's not on the line. He's an upfront player. So it's an awesome feeling to have those guys, and they've really been a good buy-in factor as well.
Well, and several of those super seniors are, captains this year. So 6 captains. Tell us a little bit about those guys.
Yeah, so it's been pretty awesome defensively. Tony Adams, Owen Carney, and Jake Hansen have been really guys that have bought in from day one. Jake came a little bit later in the process, right? Declared for the NFL, filed a waiver, and got to come back into it. So he's really been awesome here in fall camp for the first time that we've been around him. And then offensive line-wise, to have Kramer and V as many games as they've played, as many things that they've been able to contribute to this program already. And then kind of the outlier, right, is to bring in Blake Hayes as a punter who really, truly gets it. As a punter, they're usually involved in such a small facet of the game. Their knowledge isn't huge, but Blake came to this country and, Australian-born, but he's really understands American football, and some of the things he said as a specialist I've never heard anybody say before.
Well, I'm going to keep it on Blake Hayes. I'm assuming you watched the Nebraska game from last year. What was your reaction to that fake punt?
He's not only a punter, he's a pretty skilled athlete, and he will not let people forget it either. It's been fun to see him. When he walks in the room, he doesn't look like a punter, right? He looks like a tight end, outside linebacker. He's strapped up, good-looking dude. He's got that accent that makes him popular, but I would say overall, he's somebody that has just got a little bit of presence to him. And I don't care if you're a punter, a middle linebacker, or a quarterback, presence is everything.
Absolutely. Well, I think you said earlier this week at your press conference, took the job December 19th or whatever the date was. What's been the most surprising thing to you about the program, the guys in the building?
For the guys in the building, just their care factor. A lot of times when there's coaching change or things haven't been successful for a while, that pride is low, but the esteem, and has kind of taken a beating. But these guys just have a lot of pride, a lot of things that they want to prove. I think a majority of these 6-year seniors that came back is because they want to do something they've never done here before. They've been anxious to put themselves on a winning note, and I think that whole thing is now built into a culture here that hopefully is not just going to leave with them, but also now be passed on to our juniors, seniors, or seniors, juniors, freshmen, sophomores, whatever class has been able to see that.
Well, game week, certainly looking forward to the platform that's afforded, really kicking off the college football season. You seem to me like a guy that's about habits, a little bit of routine. What's the most important part of your game day routine after you wake up?
For me as a head coach, it's a lot of the prep, really the 24 hours before, make sure that offensively, defensively, and the special teams, the coordinators are all on the same page what I'm thinking, and then to relay that message to our players. Obviously, game day brings a lot of curveballs, and you got to be able to handle the moments that are in front of them, but I'm excited for game day, to be here in the stadium, but to look out at Grange Grove and to see what that's going to be like on Saturday, to see the crowd, the excitement. We had about 8,000 kids in the stands last week for Sights and Sounds, and to see our players react to all that orange in the stands and to see that passion, I'm looking forward to game day in a big way.
Well, same here, and I know a lot of Illinois fans are too. So, Coach, thank you for your time, and thank you for watching Football 101.
Football 101 with Coach Bret Bielema. Brought to you by Carl, the official health provider of Fighting Illini Athletics.